Frederick!
Hey, Papa, you know Kev used to rap back in high school.
No, what was his rapper name? I bet it was K-Flow. Ha 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 ha.
What's up, everybody? It's Chris, back with another episode for the playlist, the Chrony Chronicles. Today, the subject in the matter is Kevin K-Flow Dick, longtime homeboy, and played a major role in my journey to recovery. So I want to shout out old K-Flow today, man, and show him some love and tell him I appreciate him, man. Dealing with me and my bull crap along the way and all the good and the bad stuff, man. He stuck with me through it, bro, and I love you. I hope you're doing well. I'm proud of you for starting a business, bro, and succeeding, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, but we're going to get into a little bit of how Kevin was influential in my journey to recovery, guys. So stick with me. Alright, so time warp. This had to have started probably, my best guesser is about 2007. Maybe 2008. I'm thinking more along 7. I don't know. So the first time I can remember Kevin saving the day along the rocky path of my addiction and alcoholism. So I'm at a party one night, right, and I'm turned all the way up like I always am. I'm blaring music out of my car. I've done drank probably over a half a fifth of some kind of whiskey and probably an OC 80 deep at this point, which really isn't too much. I'm still manageable, if you will. I was a young man, I could handle that stuff back then. But so a good friend of ours that I had grown up with, that we went to school with, had a little brother at this party. Well, he was a diabetic and he was a lot younger than us, and I guess his drinking, man, or whatever he was doing, threw him into some kind of diabetic issue that he was freaking out and crying, man, and he was trying desperately to find somebody to take him to go get this diabetic kit that he needed at their house. And I knew that she would kill me if she knew that I was there and her brother needed help and I didn't try to help her brother, right? So I'm like, man, I got you. I'll run you to your house and get your diabetic equipment you need. So we load up in the car. We pull out of this party. It's out in the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere. And I hit the main stretch of the road, and I take off like a bat out of hell, ripping gears. I'm in a Honda Civic that sits about this far off the ground. You know how fast and the furious we were when we were kids, So, little did I know that about a quarter mile down this one-lane country road, the road made a complete 90-degree right. And so as soon as I look up and see this curve, it's too late. I'm running like 60, and we jump off the road, down, jump up a ditch, through a wooden planked fence into a horse pasture, right? And my knee, I didn't have my seatbelt on, so my knee had broken the headlight switch off of the steering column. So the high beams are beaming this house. The horn is stuck wide open, and the kid is screaming, and I'm pouring blood. Like, I smashed my head on the sunroof. It split my wig, so I'm just leaking all over myself. And I get him calmed down. I get out of the car. I unhook the battery to get the lights and the horn to stop. We prop up some planks the best we can to keep the horses in the pasture and take off walking. Luckily, somebody picked us up and took us to where I had cell phone service so I could call and get help. But so the next day, my mother came and got us that night, right? And I'm covered in blood. I'm drunk. Obviously, it's a bad deal. Well, the next day I wake up early. My family's pissed. We gotta go out here and get this car and see what the hell happened, And I have no idea how to get back to where we crashed. I was so wild, bro, and it was so deep, I had no idea. So the only person I could think of with any sense about him was Kevin. So I call him, and thank God, man, he rides with us and tells them how to get us back out to where the car was still laying in the field totaled. And we get out there, bro, and the craziest thing ever, bro, if Joseph Hatton watches this video, man, shout out your dad, bro. I know, rest in peace, and I'm sorry for your loss, dude, but shout out your dad, because when we pulled up, your dad was out there with a freaking tool belt on and a hammer, bro, putting that fence back together to keep them horses in that field, man. It was crazy, bro, how small of a world this is. And so that was the first time Kevin saved the day. He took us back out to this car I totaled the night before, drunk, and couldn't remember where I'd crashed it at. So I hang on by a thread for about another year and just, I can't figure out how to quit using and drinking, and to get away from the putting it on display for my family and everybody in our small town. I thought, I'll do a geographical change. So I moved 1,000 miles down south to Shreveport, Louisiana, thinking that I can get off the crap down there, right? Well, I'm down there for maybe 6 months or something, bro, and it followed me down there, and I'm having a hard time. So I talked to Kevin one day, I think on MySpace of all things back then, and I'm like, bro, why don't you come down here, bro, and stay with me for a little bit, and so he's like, all right, well, I just got this job at this moving company down there. Hell, we wasn't making no money, but it was still something to do, make a little money, and so I asked them if they'll hire him if he comes down there, and they're like, yeah, we fuck with you Kentucky boys, so me and Kev are working at this moving company, bro, and that's where the owner of the place nicknames him Frederick, bro, and I don't even know why, because he was an old drunk motherfucker too, but so and then the main guy that ran the place, Papaw, that was my dog, bro, and he's the one that came up with the K-Flow nickname, and so that shit just stuck, bro. He was either Frederick or K-Flow, depending on what boss was around, you know what I'm saying? But hell, we was moving shit one day, and a big box, he reached up high to get this box, man, and a pencil sharpener fell out of the top of this box and hit him right in the mouth and knocked half of his front teeth out. Oh my God, bro. I think that's where the Frederick nickname came from, bro, because he's always smiling, bro, and he only had half a tooth, so he was looking Poindexter as fuck, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, he kept me from dying down there too, man, or getting killed in the hood acting stupid, man. I was out there, bro. I was willing to go about anywhere and do about anything to get whatever it was I needed, man. So Kevin kind of was my voice of reason. Alright, fast forward now a few years, because shortly after that time period, I went to prison and moved away and all this stuff, and it never quit following me. But so I get back, and it kind of catches back up with me. I've got a bad history with cars, man. I could make a whole video on the tragedy that I've given all these vehicles up for this disease. It's unreal, honestly. But so, like, I would get in badass shape, man, and the only thing I had left to do was to go scrap a car of mine, I always try to keep a few cars around. I call him one day, and I'm like, bro, I need you to follow me to the scrap yard, because I'm about to drive this car across the scales, man, and sell it for scrap, and I'm going to need a ride home. And so, thank God he came through and gave me a ride back home. I don't think it was too much longer after that. I called him again and was like, Kev, I need you to follow me to the scrapyard. I'm about to drive this truck across the scales. And sure as shit, he did, man. He came and picked me up from the scrapyard after I drove the truck across the scales. Like, I was a hot mess, man. But he never gave up on me, and nothing that I ever did was too much for him to try to help me, I guess, if you will, you know what I'm saying? So I was beyond help. Let's just be real. I was beyond help at this point. Even in my methadone clinic days, like, I was having a hard time making the methadone that they were giving me last, because I was always taking too much of it, right? I literally would take 700 or 800 milligrams worth on the first day, like to just get obliterated, which would make the rest of the 2 weeks near impossible to stretch it out through. So I was always a hot mess, and he would even like try to be like, bro, why don't you like wait until later in the day to take it, to maybe to where if you don't take it so early, it won't, maybe the desire to do something else won't be as strong by the afternoon. Like he constantly was trying to come up with ideas to help me. I was just beyond help, man. And I appreciate that, bro, for real, that you always was trying, man. I appreciate as well, man. You're always attempting to grow in some spiritual form or another, like going to the national forests and working as a park employee and living up there and stuff, man, and just trying to do the right thing as far as this earth goes, man, and our position on this earth. You ain't been one of these people that's just committed to the material and making a crap fest out of this place. And that's what's up, bro. I appreciate that. I just wanted to shout you out, bro, and tell you I love you, man. And I appreciate how you never gave up on me, bro, and stuck with me through the good and the bad, man. And I hope you're doing well, dude, and you get all the success in the world, bro, because you deserve it, man. But I think God allows us to meet certain people on our journeys in life, regardless if it's through the journey of recovery or not. And I'm grateful that He allowed me to get to meet you and know you, bro, and get to spend some time on this earth with you, bro. So hopefully in the afterlife we can kick it too, and ain't no telling what we'll get into, bro. But I hope everybody has a good day, man. Until the next series, peace and love, y'all.